Hey, little pan. What's up, Scene Analysis Nation? We're here at Neck of the Woods. I don't know if you've been keeping up, but on Scene Analysis a few weeks ago, we covered a scene that I like to call What's the Worst Thing? It was an episode that we did at a music festival called Happy Daps that took place at the Observatory in Orange County. Today we're at a venue called Neck of the Woods in San Francisco, and a lot of the bands that played this show occupied a very similar scene to the ones that played Happy Daps. We'll talk about them a little bit, but what I'm most excited to cover today is the opening band that I didn't know I was going to be seeing. They're a band of high schoolers, led by a kid named Gus Merkham. They're called Midrift.
The opener was great. Midrift was great. You know, it's so great to see such young, what would you say? Prodigies, maybe?
Talent?
Young talent.
The more like that you're in the Bay Area and the more that you're like in the scene, the more that you get introduced to like music that hasn't hit the mainstream yet, but is like almost like sometimes like even better than like the shit that's out on mainstream, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a really great like opportunity to, like if you fuck with music, you know what I'm saying? Midrift, like they're barely in high school, bro, you know what I'm saying? They already got like 1 million listeners on Spotify, like, and like Hit Me Harold, they're from SF, you know, Versus Self was just like, they're just on the rise, you know what I'm saying? Like they came to perform on the Bay Area, so bro, like Bay Area music is popping, bro, it's fire, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so fire. Definitely not as big as LA, but you know what I'm saying? One day, bro, one day for sure.
The three bands on this tour were Wayword, Bed, and Makeout Reef. They all ripped, and it's been super exciting to see this scene of music continue to grow to the point where they can play all over the state of California. But my main takeaway from this show was the incredible set from the local opener, Midrift. It was amazing to me the scene that they've managed to curate around their music. I saw people that knew most of the words, and they were all around the age of the band themselves. And it really made me think. As somebody from the Bay Area who made a scene analysis episode not even 6 months ago talking about the decline in local music outside of the hip-hop and hardcore scenes, is this shoegaze renaissance something I could have possibly been blind to? Are there more shoegaze bands in the Bay right now that are popping off in the same way that Midrift is that I don't know about? And after looking into it a little bit, it seems like there is a bit of a shoegaze spark in the Bay Area right now. And I also realized just how quickly Midrift has gained popularity. Their fanbase seems super young and super dedicated, and those are two things that are incredibly important for anybody who wants to begin to stimulate the growth of a genre in a localized music scene. You were absolutely going skits in the pit, man.
Thank you, bro. I was having a blast.
Yeah, I love your energy. It was so cool. It was like, I could tell you were genuinely having like such a good time. It was so sick to see.
It's my first time, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just having fun.
Why are you here? What brought you here?
My friends, actually, so
sick.
I decided to give it a go, and I had a blast.
Where are you from?
Oakland.
Oakland? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Nice, bro. What band did your friends come to see?
Yeah, Midrift.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So you've never been to a show like this before?
No, bro. This is my first time.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, what is like your first impression? Like, is this something that you think would get you into like more music like this? Like, do you think after going to this one, you'd come back to a show like this?
Definitely, bro.
Hell yeah.
I skate too, so I'm used to eating shit a lot, so
Yeah.
it's just it's like that. Same like hype energy from the crowd. It's just it's perfect, you know.
To give a bit more context, Midrift is a shoegaze project led by a kid named Gus Merkham. He first gained notoriety on the internet from posting a string of somewhat cryptic TikToks, with him playing different shoegaze and Lana Del Rey covers with only half of his face visible to the screen. And those videos took off pretty fast in late 2022, but they didn't last too long. Pretty soon after he started posting, Gus just kind of stopped on that TikTok account. There are people in the comments asking, where did you go, and come back, and he kind of just isn't there anymore. It's really interesting to me how separate the traction was on the Gus Merkham TikTok and the traction that Midrift has now. It seems like he was almost able to curate two entirely different fan bases that don't know much about each other at all. I could be wrong here, but I couldn't find any resemblance of him promoting his band on his original TikTok page. And it seems like the audience that he tapped into with Midrift is not the same one that he tapped into with his original TikTok page. It seems like he's really kind of found this young, up-and-coming shoegaze fan base that really came in the post-Deftones era of the last couple years. From the looks of it, Gus was able to tap into that demographic pretty instantly with his self-titled 2022 EP. The project feels like shoegaze or new gaze through and through. The guitars are drenched in effects, and sometimes the vocals don't even cut through the mix enough to truly understand what's even being said. Regardless, the emotion is raw and real. It has the blueprint of something like a My Bloody Valentine or a Slowdive, but the production feels modernized. As I looked into this band, it was really interesting to find that they've played some shows with Wisp, which is really the biggest other notable act that does shoegaze in Northern California right now. And it really makes me excited. There is a chance that those two bands alone could be enough to stimulate the growth of a shoegaze scene in Northern California, and that's something that I think we should all be hoping for. And I'm very excited at the prospect of something like that happening. But until then, I'm ATBDante, and this was Scene Analysis.